Hey, it's Senor, and this is the 3-3 free play tutorial in the LEGO Batman free play tutorial series. I'd like to start off by starting before 3-3. When you're in the Batcave here, you're going to have both players connected from the 3-4 boss fight. So you're just going to simply enter the level with both players connected. Typically, when you enter with two players connected, you'll drop out before the next level, but actually you want to start out 3-3 with a 1P2C. So you're going to leave both characters connected, jump in the Batwing, and select both the Batwing and the Batcopter at the same time, and start the level. Alright, before we actually go into the level, I want to kind of describe the level room by room. So room 1 essentially is loading up torpedoes on Batwing on player 1 and player 2, which you're going to use a method called torpedo storage. We're going to skip a cutscene to room 2, and then room 2 is essentially just using those torpedoes immediately to get to the boss fight, and then finally in the boss fight you're using your last bit of torpedoes that were stored on player 2 to kill Scarecrow in the boss fight. It's a very short level, but a lot of things can go wrong, so I want to make sure I take you through this level correctly. After this short opening cutscene, you're going to head up to the torpedo dispenser at the top of the screen, and you want to make sure you character toggle down on player 2 to the Batwing, so you have two Batwings to store torpedoes on. I just want to go over quickly the character toggle down input. Make sure it's on an input. Mine specifically is on C, that you can quickly get to, and then I have character toggle up as V in case I hit character toggle down too many times. I can quickly switch back to the Batwing. This is actually the only time in the run you're going to have to character toggle with player 2. So keep that in mind. So just as long as you know that one input you need to switch on to player 2 here, you can switch to the Batwing here and start grabbing torpedoes. We're going to destroy the dispenser with both players, grab 3 torpedoes on each, and drop out player 2 and head to the right with player 1. Okay, so as soon as you have 3 torpedoes on each player, you're going to head right here towards the rocket launcher, whatever you would like to call that thing that's going to be coming up on the right. You're going to shoot it with a torpedo and line yourself up parallel with the building, just a little bit off center of the building. So you're going to go a little bit distance away from this building and be parallel and head down. That's how you're going to line yourself as the cutscene starts playing, and that will give you the optimal positioning as the cutscene for the billboard plays. I'll show you here. Shoot it, line up parallel but a little off-centered, and this should give you the best positioning post-billboard cutscene. You can theoretically get through the billboard during the cutscene, but there's actually a cutscene skip post-billboard that's really precise, and if you were to go through the billboard mid-cutscene, you'd cue that cutscene after, causing you to lose more time than actually the time saved by going into the billboard. As you can see here, you respawn right here next to this billboard. Alright, let's pretend that you accidentally blanked a torpedo on this rocket dispenser here, and you only have 2 on your character. You're still going to want to shoot it with your second torpedo here, but for the cutscene, you want to go straight back here and align yourself so you grab torpedoes during the cutscene. This is a backup just in case you do blank one, and even if you do miss the torpedo dispenser, you still want to grab extra torpedoes because those torpedoes are very key later in the level, and it's worth taking the small time loss here in room 1 to not take a bigger time loss in later rooms. As you can see, I missed the torpedo dispenser with that line. You kind of just have to guess the line, but make sure you get more and then head towards the end of room 1 here. Alright, now that you've made it to the billboard, you're going to do a little trick known as a barrel roll to get through this billboard, because normally when you try to get through this billboard, it'll kind of you'll hit some weird collision and do some weird flips on it. You can still get through it, but it does some weird flips, and this is the fastest way to get by. And considering directly after the billboard, there's this Scarecrow cutscene that has a pretty big trigger. You don't want to go by any of these buildings right there. You don't want to go beyond where I'm shooting right there and where I'm shooting right there. You don't want to go beyond that because that can give the cutscene. You also don't want to go over here. So I just want to make sure that you guys get through the billboard okay. So when you come up to the billboard, you're going to go down right as you go past the first part of the billboard, you're going to hold down right and A, and that will do a barrel roll for you. That will do a downwards barrel roll as you come up to it. Down right A, and that will do a downwards barrel roll to get you through the billboard. I'll demonstrate it again. You're going to come up to it. Once you get by, downwards A, and you're going to get by. And then after that, to avoid this big Scarecrow cutscene I was talking about, just take a line down here and once you go over here, you've passed it. And one other thing before you end room 1, do not shoot on these pipes. If you do shoot, you cannot queue room 2 because this will cause like these pipes to go up in flames, and then you can't get by them, because that's what happens during the Scarecrow cutscene you missed. So as an example, if you do accidentally shoot them, you have no way by because it's going to go up in flames, and then you have to go back, queue the cutscene, and grab a bomb and tow it all the way to this thing. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about room 2. You're going to enter with 2 torpedoes on player 1, and you're going to pan camera right as you enter this room to target the thing at the end early, because you're going to skip room 2, you're going to skip towing this bomb down here, which you would do casually, but you're going to hold camera right and shoot as you go to destroy those little, I don't even know what you want to describe, these Joker box turret things, because those things you can blank on, so when you enter this room, you're going to hold right, shoot the Joker box things, then shoot your first torpedo. Also, a side note, that white electrical field right there, you will die by touching it, and therefore you'll lose all your torpedoes, so you want to make sure you avoid that. After you shoot the first one, shoot the bottom one, and then kind of like hit the wall here, because when you shoot the second one usually doesn't hit that quickly, but you want to go down and then hit the wall like this so you're facing upwards. And that's so during the downtime when the torpedo's kind of spinning around that second rocket dispenser, you'll start positioning yourself towards the door, and as soon as you do that, you can head towards the boss fight. Alright, so I want to take you through the scenario in case you accidentally blank in room 2 here. It's a fairly easy backup, so in case you somehow, here, I'll just, oopsies, I missed the torpedo shot. Oh, watch, okay, there you go. Oops, I blanked the torpedo shots, and there's still one alive. I would recommend using your second player's torpedoes. The technical casual strat here is you would destroy this, and then tow the bomb into this metal thing, but this is very slow. I would suggest just using player 2's torpedoes, which already has 3 stored on them, so use one there to kill this turret, and then enter the boss fight by switching back to player 1, making sure you're on the player without torpedoes for the boss fight. This is faster because there's a backup torpedo dispenser more easily accessible than this one in the boss room. Alright, now that you've entered the boss fight, you're going to switch your player 1 over to the Batcopter to grab onto Scarecrow. And remember those 3 torpedoes we grabbed on player 2 at the beginning? Here's where they come in handy. Scarecrow has 3 hearts, and the way to getting a heart on Scarecrow is you grab them with player 2, or you grab them with the Batcopter, and then shoot them with a Batwing's torpedo. So what you're going to do is immediately switch to the Batcopter and try to grab him before he does his first cycle of flying by you. If you miss his first cycle of flying by you, no big deal, it only loses 2 seconds, but you want to make sure you actually grab onto him with the Batcopter. Once you've fully grabbed onto him, you're going to switch to the Batwing, shoot the torpedo, then switch back to the Batcopter and re-grab him, because sometimes it will like ungrab off him, and you want to make sure you're grabbed onto him as the torpedo is targeting. If you aren't grabbed onto him when the torpedo is shot, the torpedo will go elsewhere and it will not target Scarecrow. So here we go. Oopsies. Here we go. He's coming around. Grab him. Shoot the torpedo. Try to grab him again. See, the torpedo's going to hit. Shoot another torpedo. Grab onto him. There we go. Shoot the torpedo. And grab onto him. And let go to end the fight. Alright. As a quick backup for the boss fight, this will happen a lot where you're going to end up blanking a torpedo, and it's going to be for a variety of reasons. Sometimes the Scarecrow AI like runs away from you in the middle of you trying to grab him again, and the torpedo is going to blank somewhere else. Either the torpedo is going to blank on Scarecrow randomly, which is why, especially if you've seen my streams, my name for this split is Blank of the Torpedo instead of Flight of the Bat, because torpedoes will randomly blank on Scarecrow for no reason at all. Sometimes this will happen. Or just the torpedo is going to go wild and hit one of the things in the buildings at the bottom. So the backup for that is go to the torpedo dispenser in the bottom right. So let's say we ended up blanking a torpedo, we shot it, and oops, we forgot. Sometimes they'll still target him. So as you can see, you got lucky there, but oops, we blanked one. The backup for that is going to this bottom right here. And there's a dispenser right over here, and conveniently Scarecrow will follow you over there. Obviously, you still need both players, so you have to switch back to the other player, to the Batcopter, grab him again, and then you can finish off the fight from there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Good luck on the runs, and we'll see you on the leaderboards.